Well, hey everybody. Welcome back to Fans of Beyond the Gates podcast. I'm your host, Sis. So this is what happened last week. Okay. Actually, it started before last week, but she only responded last week. A lot of you know, we've been touching on this here and there, that some, and that's what's important, not all, but some fans of Beyond the Gates have been really irritated about the storylines. This is what they've been saying. Where are these storylines going? They're being drug out with no payoff. What is going on? It seems the writers, are just kind of throwing these things together. So they've been saying this, and this has been building. Again, people are beginning to have fatigue, okay? So the head writer, creator, and one of the executive producers, Michele Val Jean, she actually defended herself, the show, the writing on social media. Let me stop before I read what she said. I gotta tell y'all, for me, I was really surprised by that. Very rarely do you hear from head writers on these shows, on any show actually. Well, first, because they're too busy, okay? But secondly, what this told me is that this really bothered her. And of course, she's human. She has every right to express her feelings, okay? But I'm one to believe you really do need to pick and choose your battles when it comes to the internet, because you'll find yourself doing battle day in and day out, waking up to a battle, going to bed to one. It's just not worth it. Not to mention, these are random strangers on the internet, okay? So this is what she posted on X. She said, and I'm reading verbatim, "I love how some of y'all think we don't plan this shit out. Like we're flying blind. You might not like where we're going, but rest assured we're going somewhere. Hashtag Beyond the Gates, hashtag BTG, hashtag soaps in general, hashtag it's called Long Story for a reason, hashtag take the ride, hashtag love y'all anyway." So here are my thoughts on this. Well, I understand both sides here. I feel like, for me, my situation is unique in the sense that I haven't watched any soap since I was 15. And I've shared very openly with you guys that I could feel my own self kind of getting agitated, like this is taking so long. I mean, come on. But I understood why I felt that way, because I'm not used to, first of all, sitting down watching an hour of television. That's the first thing. But then secondly, watching storylines. I haven't done it in decades and decades and decades. So, if people are in the boat that I'm in, I can understand their vantage point. And the goal is to understand where people are coming from, okay? But then there are people who consider themselves veteran soap watchers. They understand this is just how it goes. As she said in her tag, hashtag soaps in general. And I feel like people like that are being very harsh on people like me. Now, I was not one of these people complaining on social media about it. Listen, I understand that I need to just chill, and that's what I'm doing, right? I'm just letting it play itself out. I'm not done theorizing, so I just think that's fun, but I'm not complaining on social media in that way. But I see people kind of, how do I say this? Slapping the hand of people who aren't used to this. And, people say, well, folks just need to, folks who are veteran soap operas, they need to chill too and understand that there are different types of viewer experiences. That's what I try to get over here all the time. And I can tell you, people do not understand that everyone's viewer experience is different. They either try to compare theirs to the person or tell the person they shouldn't have the viewer experience they have. We're all different. And people will say, yeah, I know that. Well, if you know that, express that. So that's one side. But then I also understand where Michele is coming from. Like I said at the top, evidently this really bothered her for her to stop her extremely busy day and clap back on social media to these people. She's not going to stop the criticism. That's why I say pick and choose the battles. Listen, as long as this show is going to be on, there's going to be praises and there are going to be criticisms. It comes with the territory of anything public, anything social media, right? And especially people are giving their time, okay, which we can never get back, by the way, okay? Once you give an hour, you ain't got an hour left, okay? You've given it, and you only have what? We're going to exclude sleep. So without sleep, we're going to say we have 16 hours in the day. That's assuming people get 8 hours of sleep. You take away 1 for this show, that gives you 15. You're not going to get 16 hours back. So maybe she felt like she owed them something. Maybe she wanted to just share with them that these writers are going somewhere. She's going somewhere with these storylines. Now, the other part of me feels like one of the commenters. So when she put that on social media, let me read to you some of the responses, or actually I'm just going to read one. This is what the one lady said to her. Again, I'm reading verbatim. She says, "I just hope it's worth it. I've seen other soaps and shows feel like they're going somewhere only for storylines to have no payoff. I just don't want to be disappointed again." I understand that too, because again, you're giving your time to watch this, and you do want a payoff, right? So for me, I think the writing is really good overall. I'm enjoying the show. I was some weeks ago quite frustrated with the Martin storyline. I mean, my goodness, we were at 60 episodes and we still didn't know what had happened. We still didn't get full glimpses of his dreams. It's only been this past week that we've seen Elon and we've seen, Marcel, so yeah, there is an element of this thing being drug out. And one of the things that I've said to you all many, many weeks ago is this, and I know this from talking to some writers, not from Beyond the Gates, but other writers, that what you don't want to do, especially when something is new and you're still developing a loyal audience, is drag something out to the point where people just get tired and they say, "Child, whatever." Who cares what he did? And so it's a delicate balance that writers have to walk. You got to keep people on the edge without dragging it out too long and losing their interest. Now, there are some people who don't have a life. They can watch 15 hours of television a day. That is their life. But that's not the case for every viewer. Some people are busy and they really want them to get on with it. So all I can say is, I'm in for the long haul. I love this show. I love every facet of this show. I love the fashions, the makeup, the jewelry, the hair. I love that the men, are fine and handsome and in shape. There's so much pressure on women, on all of us to look a certain way as we get older. But look at these men. I mean, look at Marcel. Look at Elon. They are fine, handsome gentlemen of a particular age. Their skin looks great. They're in shape. You can tell they work out. They take care of themselves. So I love everything about this show. I love the writing too. But again, I recognize why people feel the way they do. And I also understand where Michele is coming from. Patience. So there you have it. Some fans upset. Michele Val Jean, defending herself, saying basically, back the heck up. Y'all don't think we planned this shit out, she's saying? No, we do. We know what we're doing, and it's going somewhere. But here's my question. Right now, because I checked before I came on, the ratings for our show are through the roof. They just keep getting better week by week by week. For those of you who want to check the ratings, you have to go to Nielsen Ratings. They are the ratings, guru for every television, even streaming digital. The ratings are through the roof, okay? It's getting even better in terms of the storylines, the drama. But I feel like right now is a delicate time, because if there are a lot of viewers who are dissatisfied with the storylines, they could easily turn the channel. Because a lot of people who watch Beyond the Gates, they're not first-time soap watchers in years like me. They're people who watch Young and the Restless, General Hospital, whatever else is on. So it's not like they don't have other options, okay? So at the end of the day, I think Michele has to play this cool. She has to take in the feedback from the viewers without really getting upset. She also needs to understand that, this is groundbreaking for a number of reasons, and that playing the cards right are very, very important. And no, you can't make everybody happy in the viewership. That's impossible. But if a large number of people continue to express their disappointment in the lagging storyline, or it seems, as they said, the storylines aren't going anywhere, that may be a real issue that needs to be taken up in the writer's room. Those are my thoughts. Drop down there in the comments, let everyone know yours, and I'll talk to you on the next episode. Bye, guys.